The story of the Lost Colony of Roanoke is one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. It's a tale of hope, struggle, and disappearance that has fascinated historians, archaeologists, and conspiracy theorists for centuries. Here's a deep dive into the story. In the late 16th century, England was eager to establish a foothold in the New World to compete with Spain, which had already claimed vast territories in the Americas. Sir Walter Raleigh, a favourite of Queen Elizabeth I, was granted permission to colonize the land known as Virginia, named after the Virgin Queen. The first attempt at colonization in 1585, led by Sir Richard Grenville, ended in failure. The colonists struggled with food shortages, hostile relations with Native Americans, and a lack of supplies. They abandoned the settlement and returned to England in 1586. In 1587, a second group of 115 settlers led by John White arrived at Roanoke Island in present-day North Carolina. This group included men, women, and children, and they aimed to establish a permanent settlement. John White's daughter, Eleanor Dare, gave birth to the first English child born in the Americas, Virginia Dare. However, the colony faced immediate challenges. Supplies ran low and tensions with local Native American tribes escalated. John White decided to return to England to secure more resources, leaving the colonists behind. He promised to return as soon as possible. John White's return to England coincided with the outbreak of the Anglo-Spanish War, and all ships were commandeered for the war effort. It took him 3 years to finally return to Roanoke in 1590. When he arrived, the colony was deserted. There was no sign of the settlers, no bodies, no struggle, no clues. The only hints left behind were the word Croatoan carved into a wooden post, the letters CRO carved into a tree. These carvings suggested the colonists might have moved to Croatoan Island, now Hatteras Island, home to a friendly Native American tribe. However, extensive searches yielded no trace of the settlers. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged to explain the disappearance of the Roanoke colonists. Here are some of the most compelling. Some historians believe the colonists assimilated with local Native American tribes, such as the Croatoans or the Lumbee. There are accounts of Native Americans with European features and knowledge of English customs, which could support this theory. Others speculate that the colonists were attacked and killed by hostile tribes or Spanish forces. However, no evidence of a massacre has ever been found. The colonists may have tried to move inland or to another location, but perished due to starvation, disease, or exposure. Some theories suggest supernatural forces were at play, though these are largely dismissed by historians. In recent years, archaeologists and historians have continued to search for answers. The Lost Colony Center for Science and Research has conducted excavations on Hatteras Island, uncovering artifacts that suggest possible interaction between the colonists and Native Americans. The First Colony Foundation has explored sites on Roanoke Island, finding clues that hint at the colonists' movements. Despite these efforts, the fate of the lost colony remains a mystery. The Lost Colony of Roanoke endures as a mystery because it represents the unknown and the fragility of human endeavors. It's a story of hope, survival, and the enduring question, what happened to those 115 people? If you're creating content about Roanoke, here are some engaging angles. Documentary-style video, recreate the story with visuals, maps, and expert interviews. Interactive timeline, trace the events leading up to the disappearance. Theories, a deep dive. Explore each theory in detail and let viewers vote on what they think happened. Archaeological discoveries highlight recent findings and their implications. fictional retelling write or animate a fictionalized version of the story?